Hey folks, here's a lesson on Mother Nature's Son by the Beatles. This one almost seems like it was perfectly written for this instrument. It's like all of the riffs and all the chords and everything all fit on the baritone. Let's start out with the intro. Okay, so that was 4. This is part of a B minor chord here. So you do the 4 and the 3rd string, and then you do the 3 and the 2 on the bottom 2 strings at the same time. So it's a finger picking thing too. So we got... And then to the 2, this is like a D chord. You're doing the 2 on the 3rd string to those same 2 bottom notes. And then just the 1st fret on that 3rd string. And then you go up here to this E note, 2nd fret of the 4th string. So one more time we got. And then there's a little jump, ba-bum-bum. And then you're going to come in with this D chord that has a on top here. So this is a pinky coming down. So it's 2, 3, 5 down here. And you can do the big D string. So we're going to have 4 of those. Then you're going to come down here to this D sus 4. And I'm just doing it that way because I'm coming out of that other finger. A lot of times you would do that one like with the pinky down here. So you can go back and forth to that D. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're doing a D sus 2, which is where I have this 2 taken out of here, so it's open on the bottom. And that's going to go. So that's open, O, 2, 3 on the bottom, with the whole rest of the chords staying the same. Now that last one was a little pull off, pinky pulling off to that 2nd fret of the small string. So. So that next part after that is pretty easy, just like hammering onto the 2 and 3 more strums, and then hammer again to that 3. So let's go over all that so far. You got. And then open, O, 2, 3, 3, 2, O, 2, 2, 3. Last part of this is a little bit more difficult. So it's open to the 2, and then you wait a second and you get a up down, and then another couple 2s before you go to the open and back. So let's look at all of what we got so far. I'm just gonna go from the 2, 3, 5 here. O to 2, 2 to 3. So once again, that last part. So what's happening there is you're like a 1E, and then the So 1E and is your 16th notes. 1E, a 2. So you're not playing the 3rd of those 4 16th notes. So it's like 1, 2, 4, 1. If you're looking at the different 16th notes. Okay, so a full intro one more time. Okay, now we're ready for the verse. Okay, so that's just 4 in the D, and then up to this G shape, which is 4 on the 3rd string and 3 and 3 down here. So, like a full G, like an F would be that, but we keep the D bass. So it's a G slash D. If you ever wonder what the slash thing means on chords, the second one is that there's a different bass note than there would normally be. That's all that means. Chord first, bass note second. So we got. And then the G repeats. Back to the D. And then we just do those same chords from the beginning. We just strum them this time instead of doing them one thing at a time. Now later there's going to be a bass note come in, a bass riff come in for that thing right there off that 2. Just that 2 in the bass. So keep that 3rd string muted right there. now we have a new thing where we're going to do this A chord where we get all these 2s, but we're going to have a 5 down here, which is another A. So that's a, if you haven't seen that one, that's a good A inversion to give you a really high note there, but still have that low end stuff. So okay, so that is 4, 2, 3, and we hold the 5 there the whole time. So it's A to a D slash A. And this one actually would have a, since it doesn't have the real A bass that a guitar would have, this is the F sharp. So really the F sharp would be like the bass note of this one. So it'd be like an A slash E, because E is our lowest note, to a D slash F sharp. So. Then we go to D, and that's just a little 3 to 2 there. Dum da da dee dum. Now we're doing a D minor 7, and that's 2 on the 3rd string and 1 and 1. So we went bum bum ba bum, and then we're gonna slide that 3 to 5, and do the same type of thing, but we go 5 to 3 here. So it's. Okay, so that's like the whole first part of the song. So do the whole thing again. See, I'm getting that little bum ba da dum dee dum, bum ba da dum da dum dum da 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 dee dum. And that last one has a little extra strum in there. Dum 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 da dum. One more time on that. Now he kind of does this. He does a little playful strumming a little bit further into it, but sometimes he plays it kind of straight. So it could be like, without an extra upbeat. The extra upbeat would be like, you hear him do that like on the 3rd one, but the first 2 he keeps kind of straight. Maybe just keep it a little more simple. So the 3rd and 4th chords of that sequence of 4 chords, he kind of spices up with a little bit more strumming. The first one's a little simpler. The first 2. Next verse, D to G, with the D bass, G back to D. Now we're going to have those first chords from the intro. We're going to add a little bass line this time. So that's 2 on the big string, and then you're going to take that ring finger. Real important to use the ring finger here because we're moving into a new position. This is a thing that happens in major pentatonic, kind of happier blues type scales all the time. And it's a great riff to know about when you just want to do something special to make a major chord sound a little better without just playing the same chord over and over again. So that's 2, and then 4 to 6, like a quick slide, boom, boom. Then 4 on the G string, and 5 on the B string. Now that takes us right into that thing where we went from the A chord to the D slash F sharp there. And then he gets into the do 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 do. So what I'm doing there is playing the chord, but his melody is like. So what I'm doing is going. You could just kind of pick it to that note on the 2nd string. And then that 7 on the 3rd string is like the 2nd note of his little melody. So you can try to play a chord sequence, but still try to incorporate the melody into that chord sequence. So, so I kind of went to a 5 there on the 2nd string with that chord, moving the pinky out of the way, and then back to the pinky. And then it switches to this G slash D chord, which is like a D shape, but on the 7th fret. Go again. And then we're going to come back to this 7-7-5 chord, which is the D shape itself. It's the higher inversion of your regular D down here. Same notes. D, F sharp, A. Down here we had D, F sharp, and A. So when we get to that one, after this little sequence, we're going to go. So once again, that was the 7, 7, and 5. And we're going to the small string, we do a little pull off with the 7, 5. Then we switch to this minor shape. This is like a D minor shape if you look at it down here. So it could also be like it's like a D major 7 there. I guess in this context it would be more like a D major 7. So first we got the 7, 7, 5, 6, 7, and 5. Now we have 5, 7, and 5, so that went down chromatic. And then we're going to have, and that was 5, 7, 7, 2 7s on the bottom, 2 strums, back to the 5, 7, 5. And then we're going to go to a G, the 5, 3, and then a G minor, the 5, 3, back to the D. So that whole thing, we go from this little thing before it. Then we come to the last verse. Original chords from the intro. We're gonna go back to that bass riff. The A, D type thing. D minor 7, G. And then sometimes in the song it'll only do that once and it'll go into the D. So listen to it for that. Okay, there's one little thing to add here before we get to the last verse. Now that was the last real verse. The very last one is an instrumental, so there's no singing, there's no words to it. That's why I said the other one was the last verse. So before the very last verse where there is no lyrics, we have this riff. So he just there's a little drum thing that pops in there right before that last, like I say, instrumental verse. And he just hammers onto that sus right there. So it's like, and then he starts the next verse, like I say, without any lyrics. He's just singing a melody, you know. That's the G back to the D. Then our original chords. And then the D, D minor 7, G. 2 times. Little slight retard there at the end. Alright, so this is going to be Norwegian Wood by the Beatles. So let's take a look at that first riff here. So we got a G chord, but we have the second string, 3rd fret. We're leading with the melody there. So first we can hit a chord, and then give it an up, down after that. So, and then we're going to do a little melody. So that was a little string, open, 3, 1, open. So we got... And we're going to do another up, down there. I did it with my thumb there. But I'm going to mute the small string because we want it to sound just like a G chord, and that would not be the open on the bottom. So we got... We're going to mute that, kind of just touch that string. So it just sounds like a G there. And then we're going to have... So that was 2 in the G string. And then down here on the B string, 1, open, to the open G string. So 2, 1, open, open. So let's look at all that so far. And mute that and strum. 2, 1, open, open. Same thing with the muting and the strumming. And then the last one is going to be... So that's 3 on the big string to the 1 on the second string. And back to the G again. And with that G, we're not doing the 3 really on the bottom, just so we kind of can hear that D note more than anything. So all through that again. So we got G chord without muting the bottom, and we got down, up, down. 3, 1, 3, back to the chord. So you can fill that space with a down, up, down, down, up, down. So I'll try to do 2 of those in a row now. Let's try to do that together here. So this is in 6/8. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And again. Okay, let's try that at a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And you could take it easy and without trying to have to do the strums and all that at the same time. You could just think of the melody and go. End on that big D there, so 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 3, 1, 3, open. Okay, so let's go to the bridge now. This is gonna be a G minor chord to C, back to G minor. Now we're going A minor, but A minor 7. So 2, 2, 1, and 3 on the bottom. To a D. So let's try that bridge again. And you could add extra strums in there if you want, like down, down, up, down, 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 down. G minor. A minor 7 to D, and then we're back to our other part. that's how it would end. So the arrangement on that is you have 2 times of this melody for the intro, and then you have 2 more times of that for the verse. Then you have one of those choruses where we go to the G minor, and you do all that once. You go back to the verse twice, and then you do the melody 2 more times, and then you come back to that minor chorus again. And then you'll have 2 more for the verse and 1 more and the song's over. So it's basically like 4 of the G part, and then once through the minor thing, and then 4 of the G part again, once through the minor thing, and like 3 of the G part, and you're finished. Okay, now if you wanted to play along with the record, that one was made really for this instrument, so it's in G, which gives us lots of open strings and makes everything kind of fit in there nicely. But if you wanted to play it with the record, it's really in E, so I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So here goes Norwegian Wood in E. So this one we're going to have a kind of a little pickup note. So we couldn't go to that low bass note, so we had to come up here to the C sharp there at the end. So we got E chord. And I'm hitting that little E string to kind of start us off. So that was open 2 open on the 2nd string, 2 on the G, and that 1 right there kind of pops back into being that E major chord. So, and then we're gonna go. So that was a slide with the ring finger from 2 to 4, and then 2, 1 on the G, back to the E. So all together we got. Open, 2, 2, back to the E. And this one's going to go E minor to A major, E minor. Now we're going to go F sharp minor, which is 4, 2, 2, 2. Then we're going to go to B major. So B major, I'm hitting those 4s on the top 3 strings, kind of muting the bottom one. You could get in there and get your full B in there if you want. So let's go through all that again. This is the bridge, this is the minor part, or the chorus, I guess. To A. Minor, and then we're going F sharp minor to B. Hey, here's a lesson on Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney. Okay, so we are going to start out with an A chord. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go to D, 2 beats, to D minor 2 beats. And then E minor 7, which is 2, 0, 3, 0, back to the A. So let's look at those chords. We got A, 2, 2, 2, open. And then we have D, which is open, 2, 3, 2. We have D minor, which is open, 2, 3, 1. And then we have E minor 7, which is 2, open, 3, open, back to the A, 2, 2, 2, open. So there's a couple things you could do here. We could kind of finger pick this intro a little bit. That has that kind of classic Beatles sound. So what I'm doing there is I'm doing the bottom 2 strings, and then I'm going to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. That is the A note right there, so that's kind of like a root note in this case. It wouldn't really work the same if we went to that lower note, because that's an E note, and it's not the root note of that chord, you know. So we're going to go. So that's just if you want to finger pick it, make it a little more fancy, as opposed to just strumming the 4 beats. So I'm going to do that finger picking thing. see how I have these two fingers down here on those bottom two. It's like a lot of times with finger picking, you're going to have a finger on each string, especially on this instrument. You got those first 4 fingers, and they can easily work those 4 different strings. So we got. Now, if I want to keep with this finger picking thing, I can go to this D here. I'm going to do those same sets of strings. Right? So I did those 2 on the bottom down to the G string. Then I'm going to the D minor. And then we go to this E minor 7. I'm going to stick with those strings. Back to A. So let's look at that finger picking thing one more time. We got 4 beats of that, and then 2 beats of the D, 2 beats of D minor, E minor 7. So I got this finger up here. I'm not really playing that string right now, but you know, it could be O 3 O if you want to make it easier. So once again, to the D, D minor, E minor 7, to A. We hold that A, and there's kind of like a sort of little piano arpeggiating of that chord. Now we're going to get into the verse. So the verse is going to be a B flat major, which is 3, 3, 3, and 1. So we're going to do 2 beats of that to the F, which is 3, 2, 1, 1. So 2 beats of B flat, 2 beats of F. Then we're going to go to C, which is 2, O, 1, O, to the G, O, 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 3. Back to B flat, F. Then we're going to hit a C chord and hold it. Now we have this cool chromatic riff that we're going to play. It starts on the 5th fret of the G string. Okay, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6. Now that 6 is the note from your B flat chord. So if you hit that 6, you have to think like you already played that first chord of the B flat when you go to it. Now you could kind of go back to the B flat chord and hit both of those. It's up to you how you want to do that one. Let's see, so let's hit that verse again. B flat to F, C to G, B flat to F, hold the C. So that would be the way to go back to the B flat for both chords. The other way would be, and then just hit 1 B flat to the F, C to G, B flat to F. Now we're going to go A flat, which is the F chord up here on the 4th fret, 6, 5, 4, 4. But you have another option too, and the other option might make sense because of what the chord that comes after it. So instead of doing the A flat here, we could also do it here, which would be 1, 1, 1, 4. Because the next chord is 1, 2, and 3, a E flat. So let's look at that again. We're going to go, this is the second half of the verse. B flat to F, C to G, B flat to F, and then that 1, 1, 1, 4, A flat to E flat to C. 4 beats on the C. Okay, so let's go through that verse. Whole verse one more time. 3, 4. B flat to F, C to G, B flat to F, hold the C, we got our riff, B flat to F, C to G, B flat to F, now A flat, E flat, which is 1, 3, and 4, to the C. So let's look at that. A flat, E flat, C again. So we got A flat, 1, 1, 1, 4, to E flat, 1, 3, and 4. We kind of mute the bottom one on that one. You could go down there and get that kind of fancier full E flat there. And that's like your D shape, but if you had to do it on these more difficult fingers and move it up. Of course, that's a chord you're going to want to know on the baritone ukulele, so E flat, but it's up to you how you want to do it. You could do it like that. To the C, and we got C for 4 beats. Now we got our new part. This is going to be D, 2 beats, and then we're going to go to O, 2, 2, open. So that's like an A chord with a D bass. You know how you got your A like that? Well, this is an A with a D bass though, instead of regular, it's normal kind of notes. So D to A with a D bass to A minor with a D bass. So that's 0-2-1-0. And then you can just hit that one for four chords in a row. The bass notes will change, the band might change a little bit, but you can get away with just doing that 4 times there. So D twice, A with D bass, and that's the A/D. You know, slash chords is always the chord is first, but the second note is that there's a different bass note than you would normally have in that chord. So D, A/D, A minor/D for 4 beats. And then we can go to G for 4. Now this one's kind of tricky. This is a D7 sharp 9. So what we're going to do here, I would like to play it on this instrument. I think we should hit the D bass first, and then we should look at these notes 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's our pattern. First the bass note, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's look at that whole sequence again, from the D to the A with a D to the A minor with a D for 4 beats. And then we go to a G for 4, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's try that. 2, 3, and D to the A with the D, A minor with the D next for 4, and then G. And then our D bass note to start. And then we're going to do that chord 4, 5, 6, and we're going to go 5 times, then 2 and 2 and 2. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're back to that D. Okay, so we're going to go from that D, A with D, A minor with D for 4, G for 4, and then we got that fancy D sharp 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back to the D, A with D, A minor, D bass, to the G. And now we go D, D minor, E minor 7 to A7 this time. So it's a lot like the intro, but it has A7 instead of A there at the end. So once again, that would be D, and that's when he's like, ooh, 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 all that part. So D, D minor, that's kind of like a bum, bum, and then E minor 7 to A7. Then the solo, guitar solo, is going to be back to a verse, B flat, F, C to G, B flat, F, hold the C, then we got that chromatic riff, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, B flat, F, C to G, B flat, F, and then A flat, E flat, C for 4. Then we go to that D again, to the A with D, A minor with D for 4, G, and then we're doing that D sharp 9 thing again, where we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, back to D, A with D, A minor D, G, and then we're doing the D to D minor, E minor 7 to A7, then we got another verse. Have that chromatic riff. So that time I did the 2 B's instead of doing that high note. A flat, E flat, C. And then we're back to the D with the A to D after that. Got that raise 9 thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then D to D minor, E minor 7 to A7. Okay, and then the last time that this all goes through, we're going to have the D, then the A to D, A minor D, G coming up, and that D raised 9 thing. And then it fades out around there. So by about that point, you're done. So you can take this first part really easy and just go. Okay, so that was A minor, 2, 2, 1, open. Just 2 slow strums. Then we're going to lift the 2 out of the G string, so it's 2 open, 1 open. Which is kind of a C, but in this case it's kind of like a A minor 7. So we got A minor 7. And now we're going to go to this 4, 2, 1, O. So we got A minor 7. We got this 4, 2, 1, O. Then we got 3, 2, 1, O, which is F major 7. A minor 7 again to G, opens and 3 on the bottom. And then D, O 2, 3, 2 to E major, 2, 1, open, open. So once again we got A minor 7, or you can call it C if you want. We got this 4, 2, 1, O, and then 3, 2, 1, O. Then back to A minor, G, then D to E major. Okay, so now if you want to make that a little fancier, you could add this. So that was a down, 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 up for each chord. Okay, so the only other thing that happens is, so they do the intro and it has the D to the E at the end. And then they do a verse and it has all those same chords and it has that D to the E at the end again. But then they do the second verse, and the second verse is going to end not with D to E, but with C to E. So that second verse ends up being... C to E. Now that sets up the chorus. We're going to go to A major. Now that's a C sharp minor. So we got A, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, back to C sharp minor, and then B minor. We have an E, but we're going to go. So that's kind of moving from the 2 to the 4 to the 1 to the 2 as we're playing all the chords. To the 4, 4, to the 1, 1, to the 2, 2. When you're playing the 1 and the 2, you can just play those, or you can kind of include the big one with it. You can still hear the notes moving in there and stuff. So that's our A. That's 2, 2, 2 open. You can do it with just one finger and just block the bottom if you want. Then C sharp minor is 6, 6, 5, 4. Then F sharp minor is 4, 2, 2, 2. Back to the C sharp minor. Now B minor is 4, 4, 3, 2. We do that one twice. And then we have this E, 2, 1, open, open. 4 in the big string to the 1 kind of on the bottom one, the next one, and the 2, so. back to our A minor. And now this is the first one, so we're going to go to D. D to E. Back to A minor. Now this is the second verse, so we're going to switch to that C. C to E. So here's where the solos happen. The solo ends with D and then E the first time, and then it ends with C and E the second time. Then you're into the chorus again. Second chorus. And then it goes twice through that. Back, another verse. So the verses will end with the D to E the first time, the C to E the second time, and then you just go into more solos where it's the A minor progression again. It seems to always go D to E towards the end till it fades out. So that would basically be how to do that whole kind of the basic strumming of that whole thing. Now, if you guys want to play along, here would be a little play along bit. So remember we have our... You can keep it real simple and just go dun, 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 dun. Go real slow and just try to get these different chords. Remember that was 4, 2, 1, 0. So once again we have A minor, nice and slow. You can call it C if you want. Then we got the 4, 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0. A minor again, G, then D to E. Let's try it. 3 and 4 and. G and D to E. Back to A minor. 4, 2, 1, 0. And there's 3, 2, 1, 0's F major 7. We got A minor to G. Now this time we'll do C to E. Okay, and then let's set up for that other part, that change there, the chorus or bridge, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to start with that A. So 2 slow strums in each of the. So we got A to C sharp minor, F sharp minor, back to C sharp minor, B minor twice, and then that E riff. So let's count that in. 3 and 4 and. B minor, E riff, A again, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, okay, then remember we could also be doing these chords. So let's think about that. Let's go back to the first part, the A minor. We're going to do that full strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, C to E this time. Let's go to that change, A major, back to that's pretty much the whole thing there. It's going to have tabs with it and everything to look at. Now, I have a little version where I kind of do like a fast sort of bluegrassy kind of feel on this, like. So what I'm doing there is I'm going G string to the higher strings, and then using this as like an alternate bass. Kind of using my thumb to go back and forth and using kind of fingers to hit that high chord thing. So it's like. And then I switch to the bass note first here. Same here. Then I go back to that G string, and then G chord there. D chord I'm going. An E chord. And then C I'm going. And then you get to A, B. Then when I come up here, same picking. When I go here, I'm going to go bass first. And back. Then I do this little riff. Just put something new in there, you know.